This is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Get your free inventor's information. Call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
America, welcome to the program. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We've got a lot to talk about today, so I'm not going to take up too much time in the pre-intro. So what do you say we get things kicked off right about now? America, again, this is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live right now from KLRNradio.com. In case you're new to the program, I want to give you a few tips and tricks on how to hang out and stay tuned. You can follow along on Spreaker by looking up KLRNradio.com. Just click follow along. At that point, you'll actually get updates anytime any of our shows drop or go live. You can follow along with this specific show by going to iHeartRadio, search America Off the Rails, click follow. You'll actually get updates from us there. You can go to iTunes, search America Off the Rails, look it up, click subscribe. You'll be able to follow along there. You can find it on Stitcher and also get updates from there as well. Available also on FM Player, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, already gone over Stitcher, iTunes, Blueberry, and there's at least 2 or 3 others that I can't remember off the top of my head. And of course, you are always welcome to catch us live right here every Sunday through Thursday on KLRNradio.com. You can catch one of our rebroadcasts on Red Nation Rising Radio, the Liberty Channel, every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Same time slot over at Lanterns Radio Network, so make sure, if nothing else, you check us out over there. I do encourage you to actually check out the rest of the folks, too. I understand KLRN Radio is the place where I'm putting all my blood, sweat, and tears, but at the same time, we are all working together to try to bring you the best possible programming and the most up-to-date information about what's going on in the world around you. So make sure that you are getting your news and your information from multiple sources. We do appreciate every single one of you that take a few minutes to hang out with us on KLRN Radio every single day, whether you're listening live, Memorex, podcast, whatever the case may be. I do want to take just a moment, though, to say a great, big, huge thank you. We recently did an episode with Charles Carter, who you may remember was one of the DNC protesters that was actually outside protesting at the DNC when Bernie Sanders kind of got the boot from the Democratic Party. That is actually one of our best episodes in quite some time. It's actually been listened to over 1,200 times at this point. So I want to thank everyone who's taken the time to tune in. If you have not tuned into that one yet, I do encourage you to do so by going to one of our archives. You can actually find them pretty simply on Spreaker by going and searching in Spreaker and just typing KLRN Radio. Everything will pull up right there. Just look for America Off the Rails. It's actually one of the most recent shows that you'll see in there. And actually, it was one where I had a lot of fun. And it was interesting because he is more of an kind of an independent socialist kind of guy. But we were able to find a lot of things that we realized that we had in common. And even he said that free markets would be better than the crap that we have right now, even though he is much more in line with having some form of socialized medicine, which I am not. All right, so I have prattled on enough about the accolades for the show, but again, it doesn't have as much to do with the show as it does to do with the fact that you guys are taking time out of your busy, busy lives and your busy, busy days to spend time with us here on KLRNradio.com, and that absolutely means the world to us. And it is so great to continue to build the brand that you guys have come to know and love and spend so much time with. So again, thank you very much. You guys listening makes it all worth it. I'm crazy enough that I would do it even if I was doing it with nobody listening, but the fact that so many people are starting to listen is making it great. We do have a big show planned for you today. We're actually going to spend some time talking about why in the world somebody has not taken away Donald Trump's Twitter access yet, and some other things that have been going on in the news. We're going to get that kicked off right about now, but first we got to take a quick break, get it out of the way. When we come back, we'll officially start with the news and events of the day right here on KLRNradio.com. You are listening to America Off the Rails. Do not go away.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
All right, folks, welcome back. We are live. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson, and we've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to start with something that actually really annoyed me today, and then we'll actually get into some other things that have annoyed me throughout the day, and actually the one bit of good news, the silver lining that has happened in the Senate today. But, you know, why do we still let Donald Trump use his own Twitter account? I mean, look, he has people that should be running this stuff by now. Because look, Donald, I know you don't listen to the show because I'm not the walking Pez dispenser and I'm not the other guy. But I'll tell you like it is, they won't. The simple fact of the matter is when you go on Twitter today, like you did, and you attack the Freedom Caucus, it makes you look like an idiot. Look, I respect some of the things that you're doing, and I would love to have you on the show and actually talk to you, but that won't ever happen because you spend too much time in an echo chamber. Whether you like it or not, I am a conservative, and I do not think in a lot of ways that you are, but I would love to get a chance to sit down and talk to you about why it is that I think that you are someone who put on a certain air to make sure that you got where you are, and now you're slowly taking that air off, and people are starting to notice. Because, look, we can blame whoever we want. We can be mad at the Republicans because the simple fact of the matter is they've had 7+ years to get ready for this moment and anticipate the fact that it was going to happen, and they brought, I really wish I had the sound clip for this that JD used to have, but they brought absolutely nothing to the table. They've had 7+ years to get ready for this moment, and they brought nothing to the table. Now, Donald Trump, instead of realizing that the reason it didn't have the votes was because these people were actually listening to their constituency that are telling them, this is not what we sent you to D.C. for. You guys told us that you were going to repeal this mess, not replace it. Now, I will admit that somewhere about halfway along the line, the language changed. But for the first couple of years, there was no talk of replacing. There was, we're going to scrap this mess, and that was it, because it's a disaster. And then somewhere along the way, they started realizing that this was kind of becoming the new third rail of politics, or so they thought. But what they don't realize is they were listening to the wrong people. If this was the third rail of politics, like you guys keep thinking that it is, and you keep now telling us that it is, why is it that we sent you to D.C.? Because you were the ones that told us you were going to get rid of it, and yet you still managed to get to D.C. Donald Trump, depending on which day of the week you were talking to him on, said that he was going to get rid of it, except for the interview that he did in 60 Minutes, where he basically said that he was going to have some form of government-run healthcare. Now, he made it sound like it was going to be some sort of a weird hybrid, where there was going to be private pay situations and people were going to get better insurance because he was going to allow it to be done across state lines, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But then there was also going to be some form of government-run insurance or government-run healthcare to make sure that everybody had access to it. Look, folks, the last thing we need is the government being involved in healthcare. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to get across to anyone that will listen for the last several months. The last thing that we need is the government involved in healthcare. But then today, to have Donald Trump, of all people, start questioning where members of the Freedom Caucus were and why they were standing against the Republican agenda. They may have been standing against the Republican agenda, but they were standing up for conservative principles. That is something that the Republican Party used to do. And now they cave under pressure just like everyone else. Because it's no longer about principles. It's no longer about standing up for what matters. It's about making sure that your donors and your lobbyists remain happy. It's the same thing that we've been talking about off and on for the last several weeks. Nothing changes when the parties change power other than where the money goes. The spigots change direction. That's it. Everything else remains the same. And why does it remain the same? Because they need us to need them. And if they actually did their jobs and fixed the things that were broken, eventually we would not need them anymore. The Congress and our government has become, there's no other way to put it. It's not a completely spot-on analogy, but our government has become the biggest practitioner of Munchausen by proxy that I think I've ever seen in my life. Because they keep creating problems just so they can run to our rescue and tell us they're going to fix it, and then they don't fix it. They created this mess. They did, not us. We didn't craft this legislation. We didn't pass this legislation. We told them not to over and over and over again, and they did it anyway. These people have become unstable. These people no longer listen to us. They tell us they will. And whoever the minority party is starts talking right. They start saying the right things. They may not mean them. And they're all lip service. But the problem is when they start saying it long enough. And I think that's part of what happened. Because everybody was so mad at the Republican Party after Bush's presidency started falling apart and all these issues were starting to come to light, and there was all this bailout money and everything else. And again, I've given you my thoughts on that because I am a conservative. I am a free market kind of guy. But if we were going to start handing out bailout money to banks, let me tell you a way that we could have fixed that and actually kept the banks profitable and kept people in their homes at the same time. If you were going to be handing out bailout money to banks, you should have processed requests for people to be able to get checks to pay off their mortgages with both their names and the bank's name on it, so they had no choice but to turn it over. Because then those people got to pay their mortgage, the banks still got their money, and everybody got to keep their homes. If we were going to be doing it anyway, why not do it the right way and actually do it in a way that will not only fix the issue for the moment, but keep the entire economy from turning upside down when a bubble bursts? We didn't ask to create the bubble either. The government did that too. Do you see what I'm talking about here? See, you were wondering why I was going back to all this. I'm telling you, they have been doing this now for decades, and we didn't notice. They find something that they say needs to be fixed. They try to fix it. They make it worse. The other party comes in and says, hey, bring us in. We'll make it better. And then they don't. And then the other party says, hey, by now you've forgotten that we were the ones that made the mess in the first place, so give us a chance to fix it. And we do. And then they don't. This is, I swear to God, it's become a shell game. It's no different than something that I saw on Facebook today, and we're actually going to be talking about that in just about 3 minutes because I've got to take another break. I promise it ties into what we're talking about right now, and it's still, the craziness of the government. But this is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back after this commercial break, which will last about 3 minutes or so. Don't go away.
Network. Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine combat veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Folks, we are back. We are live live. If you happen to be listening live, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you're welcome to follow along on Twitter. You can do that by following along with AOTR_host. You can also hang out in the chat room at KLRNradio.com. You'll see the link right up there at the top. It says chat room. Just click in there. You'll actually find one of our staunchest listeners hanging out in there. We do the show kind of late, so I understand not everybody likes to listen live. But again, whether you're listening live, Memorex, through one of the other affiliates, I do appreciate the fact that you do take time to listen. So I know lots of folks say that. I want you to know we actually do mean it around here because, you know, we built this for you guys. You know, I mean, like I said, I would do it whether anybody was listening or not, but that's only because I like to talk a lot, which is interesting because, you know, I was talking about that with Jen on the last show, Jen and Rick, and it's weird because I get in front of a microphone, you can't shut me up, but you put me in a restaurant with people I know, and I sit there and I just kind of watch them, and I don't really talk. And they're like, is the only time you ever talk when you're on the radio? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird dichotomy when it comes to me. Personal situations, I'm usually pretty quiet, shy, reserved. Put me in front of a microphone, I can't shut up. All right, but anyway, so before we went to break, I told you I was going to talk about a story that I saw on Facebook today that ties along into the fact that the government right now is pretty much doing anything they can to create problems just so they can be the one to step in and fix them. And make no mistake, that's exactly what the Obamacare fiasco was designed to do. It was never designed to make things better. Barack Obama sold us all a load of crap with the Obamacare stuff. Anybody remember it was going to save the average middle-class family $2,500 a year? If you like your plan, you can keep your plan. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. How much of that actually turned out to be true? Show of hands? Show of hands? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Exactly. Nothing. None of it. Bubkiss. None of it was true. Now, for some lower-income folks, yeah, I get. For lower-income folks, yeah, it's working. I've seen you guys chime in quite a bit on Twitter. Tell me that I'm crazy because your insurance has actually gone down and things are better because you can keep your kids on it longer. But they're 25 flipping years old. Look, at this point, if we're going to do that, and then I promise I'll get back on topic. But if we're going to do that, because let's face it, right now we have the ability to leave our children on our insurance until they're 26 years old, as long as they're still actively enrolled in school, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't even remember all the rules anymore. I just know that it's a possibility. What I have a problem with is while we're now able to keep our children on our insurance till they're 26 years old, the liberals now want to lower the voting age to 17 years old, and then eventually they'll probably try to lower it to 16 years old. Let's not forget that people are legally adults at age 18. If you're not adult enough to go out and find a way to take care of your own medical needs by the time you are old enough to legally be an adult, really, what the hell? So let's take this in the other direction because, you know, Jen and I were talking about all the things that have changed because science is proving a lot of liberals wrong. Like the fact that if you talk to a lot of 18 to 24-year-old people, they don't talk about abortion and they don't think about abortion because they can legitimately see that that there's a 4D picture of a tiny little human being inside the mom's stomach, and they can see that now, so they don't really think about it the way they used to portray it as it being a clump of cells. Well, there's some other interesting things that have been happening because of science, too. Like the fact that we now know that gender isn't a myth because we have the XY chromosome, but because, you know, people have feelings, they should be able to relate to whatever gender they want to, which is a load of crap. It really is. It's stupid. The mental backflips of the liberal left in this day and age is impossible. They're impossible to keep up with. They truly are, because their stances change with the wind. That's one of the reasons why things are as crazy as they are, and why the Republican Party is getting as crazy as they are. Because let's face it, the Republican Party is a lot further left than it used to be. And again, they've now become this giant uniparty that basically finds ways to create problems so they can fix them. That was, again, this whole thing with Obamacare and all of these different things that we were told that were going to make things better, and they didn't. And then we had the Republicans for the last 7 years, put us in power and we'll take care of it for you, we promise. And then they vote 66 times to repeal Obamacare. I don't remember hearing anything about them replacing Obamacare when they were trying to pass those bills to repeal it. But they sure are talking about trying to replace it now. They tried to repeal it 66 times when it was nothing but a show vote to garner your favor. That's all it was. And now they've had a chance to fix it, and they didn't. And they didn't for multiple reasons. And again, the reason they didn't is because government likes to create problems just so they can be the one to step in and fix them. Now, the problem that we are about to face is that the Obamacare stuff is about to collapse under its own weight. Now, again, Alinsky 101, never let a good crisis go to waste. What's going to happen when it collapses? The government's going to try to step in and fix the problem. And they're going to do it poorly. And then we're going to have health care like they have in Britain right now. Let's not forget, there are actually two classes of people in Britain when it comes to health care. You can either afford the really good private pay health care, or you can use the government-run health care. Ask Katie Couric. Remember? She hurt herself while covering the Olympics, wanted to go through the British healthcare system. They kept waving her off, going, no, you have money, you have access to better health care, let's go over here. But no, I really want to see how this is. Well, no, we don't want you to go over there, because they know how much it sucks. All right, so anyway, want to get on to this real quick, and then I've got to take a break, because I'm pretty sure I'm long, even though I'm not really looking at the clock right now. Now, this is another instance where the government has gone too far, and as far as I'm concerned, they probably should be being charged with extortion or racketeering. Since 2007, the DEA has taken $3.2 billion in cash from people not charged with a crime. Yet another instance of when the government has just gone too far. The Drug Enforcement Administration takes billions of dollars in cash from people who are never charged with criminal activity, according to a report issued today by the Justice Department. And this was actually, what was the dateline? 29th, so it was yesterday. Since 2007, the report found the DEA has seized more than $4 billion in cash from people suspected of involvement with the drug trade, but 81% of those seizures, totaling $3.2 billion, were conducted administratively, meaning no civil or criminal charges were brought against the owners of the cash, and no judicial review of the seizures ever occurred. That total does not include the dollar value of other seized assets like cars, homes, electronics, and clothing. The seizures are all legal under civil asset forfeiture, which allows authorities to take cash, contraband, and property from people suspected of crime. But the practice does not require authorities to obtain a criminal conviction, and it allows departments to keep seized cash and property for themselves unless individuals successfully challenge the forfeiture in court. Critics across the political spectrum say that this creates a perverse profit motive, incentivizing police to seize goods not for the purpose of fighting crime, but for padding department budgets. Again, DEA, $3.2 billion since 2007. Billion with a B, from people that are not even they're accused, they're suspected, in some cases never even charged, and yet their property, their money, their cars, whatever they can get a hold of are seized. And you people wonder why we don't trust the government and why we want the government limited. Why are they able to seize $3.2 billion from people that were never charged with a crime? Why? Why is that okay? Because the government has gone insane. They have become this huge uniparty that does nothing but try to make sure that they're able to shore up their own power base. That's why the big things don't ever get fixed. That's why nationally education sucks. That's why Medicaid, Medicare suck. That's why Social Security. SoonerCare is the version here in Oklahoma, by the way, of the medical stuff. But anyway, that's why Social Security sucks. That's why now Obamacare sucks. Because if they actually fixed it and got things to the point where they were running properly, we wouldn't need them. They wouldn't need the funding they need, and they wouldn't have They're cushy. We're going to pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, even though you've got millions of dollars in the bank, and give you gold ticket health care to sit back on your rear ends and tell us how broken things are and how you can't fix them. Now, save about 6 people in D.C. right now. That's the running scheme. It may be a little more. I don't actually know the total number of the people that are currently enrolled in the Freedom, or currently part of the Freedom Caucus. But those are the only people that, as far as I'm concerned, are actually doing the things that we've sent them to D.C. to do. And I am really, really long, so we have got to take a break. We'll be right back here in about 4 minutes. Don't go away.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from the critique of the short story through to line edits on full-length novels. We also offer assistance on generating writers' bios for your websites. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Man over 40. Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
All right, folks, we are back. We are live. And unfortunately, because of my really, really big mouth, we are super long from that last break. So this is going to have to be a really quick segment. But that gives me just about enough time to talk about, you remember I told you there were things that were just really annoying the crap out of me today? I am literally livid. So this actually comes from theblaze.com. New children's book portrays Santa as gay black man in interracial marriage. No, I didn't stutter. Yes, you heard that right. A new children's book coming out for Christmas this year will depict Santa Claus as a gay black man in an interracial relationship. Harper Design, a member of the HarperCollins Publishing Group, confirmed the book titled Santa's Husband to Time earlier this week. The book goes on sale October 10th. Bear with me for just a second. I have apparently overloaded the hamsters. All right, so we sound normal again. I don't know what that sounds like on you guys' end. It probably doesn't sound nearly as bad as it does on mine, but I have to monitor myself so I can hear what it sounds like, and every once in a while it makes me sound like Robbie the Robot when things get too unloaded. So if I pause for a few seconds here and there, it's usually to try to make sure that I don't hear that, because I'm hoping it doesn't sound nearly as bad on your end. But anyway, so, yeah, before my computer went nuts, so they've decided they're going to change Santa Claus. They're going to make him homosexual. They're going to put him in an interracial relationship, and apparently Santa Claus himself is now going to be black. So I guess we've been getting the other husband for all these years. But why? Why? The picture book was penned by Daniel Kibblesmith, a staff writer for CBS The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and the co-author of the book How to Win at Everything. The inspiration for the book came from a tweet he sent out in December over the holidays. Kibblesmith posted to Twitter that he would tell his future children that Santa was black if his kids see a white Santa, which is very likely to happen. The writer said he'll simply tell them that is his husband. Do these people have to crap on everything? I mean, look, call me old-fashioned, call me a racist, call me a homophobe. I don't give a damn anymore. Do these people have to crap on everything? Yeah, you have to mess with Santa? You guys have already put a crucifix of Jesus in a glass of urine, and now you're going to crap on Santa, for God's sake? Santa. Can you not let children have innocence at all anymore? Seriously, is this what we've come to? You cannot allow children to have any moments of innocence anymore. You now have to take a character like Santa and make it a teachable moment about how gay marriage is okay too. You know what? Screw every last one of you and the political correct horses that you have rode in on. I'm done. I'm done. I've had it. I'm over it. I'm tired of you guys taking the world apart and putting it together in your image. Whether you like it or not, you are a much smaller part of the population than you like to pretend that you are, and I'm tired of you being the loudest voices in the room. If that makes me a homophobe, then by God, so be it, because I am done. I am done coddling, and I am saying this out of love because I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are married to men. I have male friends that are married to men. I have female friends that are married to women. I have family members that are gay, and I love every single one of them. But if your group of people does not sit down and shut the hell up, you do not know what you're starting. This is only going to be able to go on for so long because you are not the majority on this planet, whether you want to be or not. We are trying to leave you alone. We are trying to let you live your lives. We are trying to let you love whomever you choose, as long as that person is not being harmed and as long as you're not doing anything to a child or to an animal. I really do not care. But stop messing with everything. I don't need to see it on every TV show. I don't need to see hints of it in every kid's movie. I for sure do not need to see the character of Santa rewritten just because it makes somebody feel better. I don't need to see Disney having gay kissing sessions in their cartoons. I have grandchildren. I don't want to have to explain that stuff to a 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-old. I don't. Because there's a time and a place. That ain't it. I'm over it. I'm done. Children need to be allowed to be children. Stop taking away from them the things that matter. Children need to be able to be children. They need to have this time of innocence because it's going to go away soon enough. And when it's gone, you cannot get it back. And it is important. Children need make-believe. They need to have a good imagination. They don't need to picture white Santa and black Santa alone in bed together. This is wrong on so many levels, and I'm done with it. All right, so I told you I was going to have to take a break. I was even long on this segment because I got ranty. We'll be back here in about 2 minutes. Don't go away.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Alright, folks, we're back. We're live. We're in the last segment of the show. So, this all really kind of ties together because, and I didn't really even think about it when I started putting together the show notes, but this all ties together because we're slowly watching the demise of our country and the demise of our planet, and whether we realize it or not. Because look at everything that we've talked about in this show. We're talking about the fact that the people that we send to D.C. are no longer interested in fixing our messes because are their messes, not even our messes, because they're more concerned with keeping up with their own power and shoring up their bases and making sure they get to maintain that power. We're talking about the fact that the agencies created by that government that were meant to protect us have now been turned against us and become fleecing agencies. I mean, seriously, we're talking about things that used to happen in mob movies that are now happening by the DEA. What? Now, what's going to happen next? Somebody with a badge going to walk into a restaurant and demand protection money? Because, that's basically what this is. They're finding ways to fund their own budgets, and they're doing it through any means necessary. And then we have the traditional underpinnings of our entire society being eroded away and changed in front of our very eyes. Now, again, I am not a prude, and I am not somebody that's going to tell a gay person, hey, you really shouldn't be with that person. It's not my job to judge you. I'm not telling you what it is that you should or shouldn't do. I am telling the outspoken portion of your group and the rest of you folks that want to normalize this stuff that there is not enough of a population of these people to justify the things that you're doing. All you are doing is alienating the majority, and you're making us more and more angry. There was no reason to take Santa Claus and make him a gay person, make him the husband. The actual Santa Claus, the real Saint Nick, has now become the husband of a gay black Santa Claus, and that is the real Santa Claus is black. But I guess, according to the premise of the book, when there's a white Santa Claus, it's because black Santa Claus didn't want to get out of bed, so he sent white Santa Claus to the mall. So we're destroying one classic figure to portray its stereotype, basically, because, I added the get out of bed part myself. But it just seemed kind of odd to me, because the premise of the book is apparently, when there's a white Santa there, it's because black Santa decided to send his husband. So, I'm just not even going to go there, because then the alt-right are going to start listening, and then they're going to think that I'm one of them, and I'm really not trying to be, but just the overall stereotype of that whole concept is just crazy to me. All right, but anyway, Believe it or not, we have to take one more break, and this one I have to take now so I can get back on track and finish out the show on the actual clock. And then when I come back, we have just enough time to talk about the couple positive things that the media tried to turn into negatives that have happened today. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in about 3 minutes.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his book.
All right, folks, we are back. We are live. We've been all over the map tonight. We've been talking about why do people keep letting Donald Trump use his Twitter account. We've been talking about the fact that the world seems to have gone absolutely nuts, and the government that was once meant to protect us now seems to be out to get us. The agencies created to extend that protection also now seem to be out to get us. And now, things that people used to actually commend are now being demonized. Case in point, there has been information that's come out about the Pence marriage where they have this policy of, what Pence likes to call keeping a fence around his marriage. So there are things that he will not do. He will not go to a party that is serving alcohol without his wife present. He will not go to dinner with another female by himself. It even extends to the point where he really will not work alone with a female after hours. Now, you can say whatever you want. We can all speculate. We can say, well, maybe he's done something in his past, and maybe she forgave him, and now these rules are there for a reason. Or maybe it's because maybe he doesn't trust himself. Look, whatever his reasons are, they're his reasons. But there's another one that nobody's really talking about, and maybe it's just because of the fact that there is so much impropriety that goes on in politics anymore that they don't want to even give anyone the hint of a scandal. Look at what happened to Ted Cruz during the primary. and how many times Donald Trump accused him of having affairs, and the Inquirer jumped in and accused him of having affairs. Notice all those stories eventually just went away, likely because they weren't true. But it didn't matter because the impropriety was there, so it was enough for people to start getting an idea in their heads. But the simple fact of the matter is, we may have always looked at people like that a little strange, but we used to at least recognize and support their decisions to be able to live their life the way they choose and to actually stand by their convictions. This same thing is what Donald Trump went crazy on his Twitter account today, and has been going crazy with his Twitter account over the Freedom Caucus because they stood by their convictions. Mike Pence is standing by his convictions to honor his wife and their vows in a way that he knows will leave no doubt in anyone's mind. And who are you to tell them otherwise? So that's case in point number one of something that used to be kind of respected that has now been demonized. And then this same person, and I wonder if these two things are probably tied together, because I guarantee you they knew this vote was happening today. And I guarantee you that they knew that they were going to be able to cast aspersions on his character by, well, this is just weird. He won't have dinner with anybody else, any other woman by himself, and that's just not normal, and blah, blah, blah. I guess they would prefer that Mike Pence gave folks the Bill Clinton treatment instead. I personally prefer it this way because I like, the idea of at least knowing as long as he stands by those convictions, there's no way that the vice president's going to be getting his, just, you know what, I'm not even going to go there because we're about out of time anyway, and there's one other thing that I want to talk about. I almost said a word choice that wouldn't have worked real well there. But anyway, so the other bright spot, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to close with this one. So there have been a lot of folks that have, for the last, ever since it passed, I guess, been fighting in ways to find the ability to give people more control as Roe v. Wade continued to be warped and changed and basically got to the point where it wasn't actually following the intent of the law, but was kind of, this McDonald's version of abortion where clinics were popping up all over the place. So the Senate had a bill that would send funding of these places like Planned Parenthood and other medical providers. The funding for that would have been sent back to the states. It was in a deadlock, so it was 50-50. And then Pence came in and cast the deciding vote by voting his principles, and has now, because of that vote, sent the ability with that vote, has now moved forward with giving the states the ability to decide where that type of funding, the stuff that usually goes to Planned Parenthood almost solely, they now have the ability to send it to other types of medical facilities, etc., at the state level, which is where it should have always been anyway. And he's been being demonized for that too, because he voted his conscience. So we have all of these instances today where people are berating people for having a conscience. We have instances where things have been turned on their heads. They're now trying to change, and I get it, Santa's a myth. I understand that. Not the character of Santa, not real. The basis for Santa, real, however, and the fact that they're messing with that really annoys me. But there's one other little bit that, we'll leave on the way out. Because, they've been throwing everything they can at Donald Trump to try to find ways to tie him to the Russians. And there may or may not be some stuff coming out about that. I hear rumblings that Flynn is all of a sudden deciding he wants to testify. There's rumors that he may have been trying to get immunity. I haven't seen anything to substantiate that. But the thing that we do know now is that the State Department during the Obama administration had been having less than savory dealings with the Chinese. So my parting thought for you today, couple of things, couple of different levels. First of all, if you've been involved at all or are a supporter for the pro-life movement, take a moment, take a breath, and for those of you that have been fighting the good fight, take a bow, you've earned it, and then get up tomorrow and continue the fight. Now, for those of you that are all over the map when it comes to the media and this Russian stuff and everything else. Start doing your own research. Find your own answers. The truth is out there. All we need to do is look. But what we are starting to understand, and what I think is truly going on, is there has been an entire administration that was afraid of what would start being uncovered if there was a transition from Democratic control to Republican control. And so they started throwing everything they could at the wall just to see if they could make something stick. So when these stories started breaking, they could say, well, yeah, this is bad, but look, these guys, we did it with the Chinese. These guys are involved with the Russians. So it's kind of really the same thing. When all reality, it's not, because so far they haven't been able to prove any of it. But at this point, folks, I am officially out of time. We have got to make room for the shows coming up next. If you're listening live on KLRNradio.com, the Rhino Report's coming up right about now. And then, of course, if you're listening on one of the other affiliates, whether it's Red Nation Rising Radio, the Liberty Channel, AMFM247.com, CRNTalk.com, or the Lanterns Radio Network, stay tuned. Whoever's coming up next, probably a damn sight better than I am. Anyway, folks, we're out. Take care. God bless.